I was in terrible back pain, and NASA had me doing some making these things for other companies because NASA couldn't make them. It was me that designed the system. They would always refer any of their licensees, they would refer to me, which I could prove, of course, because I get royalty payments and stuff. Everybody's, oh, you're just another internet BS, or, but I get like royalty payments from NASA for this. So can't fake that,
Checks
right?
in the mail.
Back checks in the mail, buddy. Yeah, but I've had a few people challenge me on YouTube or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just look, I can tell them, look this up, and you can, it's traceable, right? Because it's a federal government expenditure. Anyway, so
Read a
um,
book.
read a book. Some of them I'm not quite sure they could read. But anyway, I was making one for a company, and man, I was so screwed up. It was like 1 in the morning. And I just was barely able to get into a chair and search the internet. I was so desperate for some kind of relief. Couldn't find anything. And then I just looked over and I was like, I got this PEMF device, and people say it might help for pain. So I literally took this thing. It was like, it's about the size of a microwave oven. I put this big 6-inch diameter hard plastic coil behind my back. And I thought, it's not going to do anything. But, and I'm searching through the internet, just desperate to find anything that's going to give me relief. And all of a sudden, pop, I had like the best chiropractic adjustment you could imagine. And I just happened to see the time. It was 1:14. So it was 14 minutes into this. And all of a sudden, the pain just went away. And for a guy who's had back problems, you know what that means. You pop your back and you're like, oh my God, what I just do to myself, I'm going to really suffer. But the pain never came back. So it went on for 2 or 3 days. It was pain free. I was like so happy. And then the pain started to come back in it, but I was able to use the device again. It went away. And then I thought to myself, okay, so now I have found my purpose in life is to take that $77,000 machine that says microwave and make it so that anyone, anywhere can have one, because nobody should go through the kind of pain that I go through. And come to find out, as I'm doing research on this, chronic pain is the number one medical condition in the world. It's more people have chronic pain than if
Yep.
you take everyone with stroke and diabetes and cardiovascular disease and cancer and AIDS, and you add them all together and then you multiply by two. That's the number of adults that have chronic pain in the world. It's about 2 billion people total. So anyway, yeah, it just works. And so I've made thousands of these things, and we've tested them a few times, and it's between 93 and 98% effective at giving people relief. And you're like a living proof of it. Now I wear it all the time, and it brings my pain down
Yep.
from like an 11, right? Because it's 11 on the dial to it
This
brings it down
one
to a one.
goes to 11.
One goes to 11. It's just a little bit more than a 10. And so it's, and if I was like jacked up on oxycodone, I'd get it down to a 6 or 7 at
Mm.
best. But this, I just wear it and I turn, it's only about a quarter of a watt. So it's much lower energy than a cell phone. I'm getting a lot more radiation from my iPhone right now.